The bees are going crazy. This is cute. So if y'all see me run, scream, or jump in any way, just know that it's 1,000 bees passing my... Oh, wow, you came so close. Yo. Today's video is another gentle reminder type video, and the reminder that I want to focus on today is that you are a limitless being. And I'm gonna say that again for the people in the back. You are a limitless being. So this can mean a bunch of different things. This can mean a bunch of... Y'all, do bees sting? Like, if I'm just sitting here and I just let the bee fly around me, will they sting me? Because I'm trying to like act, you know, I'm trying to, but they be getting real close and I be getting scared. But anyways, so you are a limitless being, and that can mean a bunch of different things, but I feel like the basis is basically what it says. You are limitless. There is no limitations on what you can achieve. There's no limitations on who you can be. There's no limitations on what you can do, because you are absolutely limitless. And I feel like we have to realize our limits. We have to realize our limitless powers, and we have to realize that we're a limitless being before we can start acting and being limitless, right? One of the main ways that I would sabotage myself and jump out of alignment with my limitlessness is by doubting myself and doubting what the universe has in store for me, and doubting my ideas and doubting my greatness. Because, you know, we all have some of the most amazing, brilliant ideas, but we don't act on them. We don't act on them because we tell ourselves 103 reasons why it won't work. We don't pay attention to the 103 reasons why it would work and how it is going to work, but we focus so much on... Oh my... Anyways, like I was saying, we'll tell ourselves, we'll focus on 103 reasons why it won't work, why our dream is too big, why we don't have enough money, why we just aren't the type of person to do that type of thing. Like, we'll focus on that, but we won't focus on all the good qualities that we have and how many times the universe has blessed us before, because we're so programmed to think the worst of things. Like, I have had so many like profound ideas and just creative ideas, and I would instantly downplay my ideas and downplay, oh, I don't have the money for that right now. But it's like, even if you did have the money, would you know exactly what to do with that money? Like, you can work towards your dreams without having the money, because you working towards it still, it's like telling the universe, I'm preparing for it, I'm preparing for my dream. Like, and that's how the universe knows that you're dedicated and that you really want it, because you're preparing for it even without knowing how it's going to happen. So we limit ourselves by filling our mind, clouding our mind with negative thoughts, or thoughts just don't align with us being so limited, because like, us being limited is just like a natural part of our, like, it's our birthright. It's a natural part of us. It's a part of us that deserves to shine, you know. But it's like we hide it so much, and we forget how magical life really is. And then that's not only just life, we forget how magical we are, period. Like, we are magical to a point where we don't even know how magical we are. But it's like we've been so programmed to think that we're just normal, and I use that word really loosely, but to think that we don't have any abilities. Like, there's only certain people with certain capabilities and only certain people can do this. But it's like all of us are absolutely limitless. Like, we're born with it, but we program ourselves to think otherwise. I think the first thing that we have to realize is that our thoughts control our reality. So that basically goes along to what I was just saying. But if I think of something and then my thoughts are immediately downplaying it, my thoughts are immediately like, no, you can't do that, who are you to think that you can do that, then you're not going to act on it. You're not going to act on that idea. You're not going to think any further into it than just surface level, because you don't believe in yourself and you don't think you can do it, because maybe somebody told you that you couldn't do it, or maybe you just seen so many people try it and they didn't get it the first time, or they didn't get it right in your eyes. So you think, why would my experience be any different than theirs? So we have to change the way we think about ourselves, change the way we think about our ideas, change the way we just think about life, period, because your thoughts is what creates your reality. So the more that you think, I can't, I won't, it's too hard, it's not, I won't be able to do that, you know, the more that you think those negative thoughts, then the more that's what you're going to attract into your reality. So you have to start thinking thoughts that are in alignment with what you want. Oh, it might be challenging, but I'm up for a challenge. There's nothing that I can't do. There's nothing that I can't do. I am strong enough, I am powerful enough, I am creative enough, I am brave enough to take this risk and take another risk and take another risk and take another risk, because who's to say that you're going to get it on the first try? Who's to say that you're going to get it on the second try? Who's to say that you're not going to get it on the first try? But when you don't get it on the first try, that doesn't mean give up. That doesn't mean just stop trying and just go mope in sorrow. No, that means to go back to the drawing board, refigure some things, and then come back and try it another way until you get it right, because eventually you're going to get it right. But you have to be willing to take the risk. You have to be willing to go through trial and error, and you have to be willing to fail. Change the way you look at failure, because failure is not failure, it's just lessons learned. Because if it didn't work this way, okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna work on it again until I can get it to work for me, because it's gonna work for me. And as long as I have that mindset that it's gonna work for me, then it's gonna work for me. No matter how many times I have to go back to the drawing board, no matter how many times I have to ask for help, it's gonna work for me because I said so, period. And so I feel like another thing that we have to realize is that life happens for us, not to us. So sometimes in life we're going to encounter obstacles, is what I call them. We're going to encounter obstacles or hurdles, bumps in the road, whatever you want to call it. You're going to run into those things, but you have to realize that those are not stops. Those are not your stopping point. That's not the finish line. Those are literally just obstacles that you have to overcome, challenges that you have to get through. Because if it was just so easy to where everybody could just walk through, then it would be. And another thing that I'm realizing is reprogram what I think is easy. Because I think a lot of times when we think of easy, we think it's just a straight path, but no, easy can still come with challenges. You know, easy can still come with you having to put in a little bit of extra work. Easy can still come with that. So when you do encounter those bumps, when you do encounter those lumps, or whatever you want to call it, you have to remember that I can still do this. Like, I was built for this. I'm built for more than this. This is literally nothing to me. Like, this is such a small part of this journey that I can do this. And then when you get over that obstacle, just think about how many people behind you that stop right there, and you can be the one to encourage them to keep going. Y'all, I know that was a little rocky, I know, but just keep going. Or even just you knowing, okay, I got over this one hurdle, who's to say that I'm not gonna get over this next one? And if something else comes up, I'm gonna get over that. So it kind of like builds your confidence. It builds your confidence within yourself, because now you know that if I did it this time, then I can do it again, and I can do it again, and I can do it again. And there's nothing that I can't overcome. I can overcome anything because I said that I can, and because my attitude is focused on getting over these hurdles and not letting these hurdles stop me. So I feel like we have to look at our opportunities. We have to look at opportunities as blessings, and we have to look at them as this is trying to teach me something. Like, what can I take from this hurdle? What is this one situation trying to teach me? Because I know it's not happening to me for no reason. I know the universe is trying to get me to focus on something, but what is it? But you won't know unless you don't quit. If you quit, then it's like, okay, like that lesson you didn't even learn, you didn't get to learn that lesson. But if you keep going and you keep going and you keep going, think about how many lessons and think about how you're building yourself to attack anything else that comes in your way, anything else that you encounter. You're building up your stamina so that you can, you can be strong and you can handle even the toughest of battles. So I think we have to learn to look at things in a perspective of an opportunity and not necessarily something that's trying to stop us, because we can do it. Even if it is trying to stop us, who's to say that you have to stop? Who's to say that you have to give in to said thing? Nobody said that. Nobody will ever say that. Nobody will ever say that. And I just want to let you know that there's no obstacle. Y'all, the bee is literally right over my head. It's like 2 bees bumbling in the air. But anyways, there's no obstacle that you cannot overcome. There's no situation, no experience that you can't get through, but you have to be willing to go through ups, downs, lefts, rights. You have to be willing to just get through it and have faith in yourself and also faith in the universe that you will get through. Another thing that we have to realize is that we are in control of our own feelings. So nobody can make me feel away. I have to give in to what someone said or someone did in order for it to make me feel away. Yes, people can do things to me that I don't like, but it's up to me to react. It's up to me to decide how I want to react to that situation. So I can react to that situation in a way to where it's like, I'm going to let this ruin my whole entire day. I'm going to let this ruin my whole entire week. I'm going to let this ruin my whole entire month. Or I can take that and I can just say that's what they did, but I'm still going to choose to react in a way that it doesn't hinder what I have going on. I know what I have going on. That person is just trying to get me down. They're just trying to sabotage me, but I'm not going to let them. I'm not going to let them get in my way today. I'm not going to let them get in my way tomorrow. No matter how hard they persist, I'm not gonna let them, because I know that I have bigger things ahead of me. They're literally a minuscule part of this journey. Like I can forget about them, never see them again. But my goals and my dreams, they mean the most to me. My happiness, my inner peace, they mean the most. It means the most to me. So it's like when something tries to disturb my inner peace, it's like, is it worth it? Is me reacting to this situation worth my peace? Is it worth my joy? Is it worth my is it worth my happiness? And then 10 times out of 10, more than likely, it's not going to be worth your peace. It's not going to be worth your goals. It's not going to be worth your dreams. It's not going to be worth anything. So we have to have self-control. We have to have self-discipline in order to not react to those things in a way that will throw us out of alignment. Because my alignment is what matters most to me, not what you said to me, because what you said to me is how you feel, and you can't affect how I feel. You can try, but I don't give you that power to affect how I feel, because I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna be happy, but you still gonna be dwelling on that said situation, and that's you. Hey hi, thank you. Can you leave me be, please? Thank you. I'm just sitting here, I swear. But anyways, because I'm going to go on and I'm going to live my life and I'm going to have a smile on my face. But you're going to be worried about still trying to get me to react. And you can't get me to react. You can't pay me to react to that situation. That situation is beneath me. That situation is out of alignment with me. It's out of alignment with my joy. It's out of alignment with my peace. It's out of alignment. It's out of alignment. And I'm not getting out of alignment for you, because you don't have that much power in my life. You don't have any power over my life. So you can keep trying, or you can get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it, because I ain't. We have to get rid of these ways of thinking that tell us that we're not good enough or we're not ready enough. We have to get rid of these old narratives. We have to let these old narratives know that they don't belong here anymore. You served me back then, and you served me in a way that I don't want to be served in that way anymore. I don't want to have these thoughts and these ideas and these ways of thinking, because they didn't serve me in a way that I want to be served now. I want to be served in abundance. I want to be served in a way that I'm up for a challenge. I'm up for anything that can get in my way. I'm up for it. I want to be served in a way that's beneficial to who I am right now and where I'm going. And those things, they don't serve me no more. They just don't. And that's just simple as that. So, and sometimes those programs are so like deeply embedded in us that it's a challenge to just up and stop doing something, because we've been doing it for so long. But I'm telling you that if you just stick to the course, if you just stick to it, stick to those routines, stick to those daily habits, just stick to them. And even when you do have a negative thought, because sometimes you still will have negative thoughts, you still will, but you have to tell yourself, that's just a thought. I am not my thoughts. And then when you do have a negative thought, such as I can't, simply combat it with a positive thought, like I can and I will. I can and I will, because those negative thoughts is still that old version of you trying to seep through the cracks. But you have to keep reminding that version of you that you don't belong here. You can't thrive here. You don't have no business being over here, because you don't serve me anymore, and I'm done with you. Cut those ties, you know. And that's a lifelong process. So it's not just like, oh yeah, I'm one and done, I clean, I reprogram. No, you have to, it's a lifelong process. You have to continue to stick with it. Continue to tell yourself that those thoughts, those feelings, those actions don't belong here. Continue to tell yourself that, because it's like you're retraining yourself, and you've been thinking this way for so long, so you think that that's just right. You think that that's what it is. But once you realize that it's giving you results that you no longer want, then it's time to change. And change is everlasting. Like, change is lifelong. It's not just a walk in the park. But you can do it. Say it with me. I can do it. That's right. That's right. You can do it. So you have to persist. So no matter how much is taken from you, how long is taken from you, you have to persist, because as a limitless being, you know what you want, and you're not going to give up on it just because of one obstacle, 2 obstacles, 3 obstacles. You're going to persist because that's what you want. There's nothing that can stop you unless you let it. Because you letting something stopping you, you letting something stopping you is you giving, you letting something stop you is you giving power to something outside of you. But you are the most powerful being there is. Nothing is more powerful. No situation, no thing, no one can have power over you unless you give it that power. You also have to realize that this moment right here is all you have. This moment is all that matters. So you have to keep a sound mind. Do things that keep your mind at ease. Keep your mind at peace. Paint, draw, take a walk in the park, go swim in the pool, go do things that really ease your mind, and do more of those things, because those are the things that keep your mind at bay. Those are the things that keep you at peace. And those things can look different for anybody. For me, it could be painting, or it could be walking, or just sitting outside, or swimming, or reading a book, or drawing, or taking a walk, if I didn't already say that. Or, you know, for you, it could be hanging with family, or jumping up and down, or doing handstands, or doing yoga, or drinking water, or making a video. It could be anything. Like, those could be those could be like your meditative things to do when you feel like you're out of alignment, and those things will help you get back into alignment. But you have to persist and keep doing those things. Keep trying, telling yourself that you can do it. You have to be your own best friend, and you have to empower yourself along the way, because you are your biggest limit. You can be your biggest limit, because you think those thoughts in your head that tell you that you can't do it, and you listen to those thoughts, meaning you give those thoughts power. But when you start telling those thoughts that they don't thrive here anymore, then they have no choice but to not thrive here anymore. So you have to tell those thoughts, you tried, nice try, and then keep going. Keep going. And when I say this, I really want you to persist in it. Like, just think about it. You've been thinking those negative, self-limiting, self-doubting thoughts for literally years. Like, I'm gonna say I'm 23, so I'm gonna say I was thinking those thoughts for 18 years or so. So it's like, how can I expect it to just be like a flip of a switch when I've been so programmed to think these type of thoughts? All these abundant thoughts, these thoughts of joy, thoughts of happiness, these are new to me. Nobody told me about this 18 years ago. These are absolutely new to me. So it's like, of course, it's going to take some training. I'm going to have to train my mind, retrain my mind, reprogram my mind, unlearn those old habits, and fill those spaces with new habits. And that's just the thrill. That's a journey in itself. So we have to be willing to stay the course, no matter how long the journey takes, no matter what comes with it. We have to be willing to persist. And as a limitless being, you are willing to persist, because you are limitless, and there's nothing that you can't do. There's no one that you can't be, period. And that's the moral of the story today. You are limitless. So I want you to say it with me. I am limitless. I am limitless. There we go. There we go. Thank you guys for allowing me to take up space in your life today. I hope that everyone has a day full of abundance and blessings. And I just want to say that you are limitless. You are limitless. We can say, I am limitless. 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 Okay? So peace and blessings to all, y'all. Peace and blessings to all. Thank y'all for allowing me to take up space right now in your life. I love you all, and I wish you nothing but the best.